Hello everyone, and welcome to Star Trek Wolf-Rayet, a Star Trek Adventures 2nd Edition game using the rules by Modiphius Entertainment. My name is E08, the Game Master, and joining me are four lovely individuals who will meet right away, because as you can see, we've been off for 34 days, and I have a plot that I think everyone will enjoy today. So we will start with Caspian. Caspian, who you playing, and anything you want to shout out?
I'm Caspian. I'm playing Captain Lance Cannon, the human captain of the Wolf-Rayet. I do have two shout outs tonight. First, I'd like to shout out the Patreon of our lovely game master, E08. Make sure you subscribe there. And my own personal shout out, I posted my first mission to continuing mission last week.
Oh,
So, hoping to have more of those in
Nice.
the future.
oh, that was you. No, that's right. That was you.
Yeah, cool. Whiskey, what do you got going on?
Well, I am, of course, the Cephalus, otherwise known as La Lamia Sneck, whose length is a inverse calculus function of any given episode. And today, the only thing I have to shout out is that next week is V-Fleet Week, because I'm with V-Fleet. And we're celebrating 2 years of being an agency, so that's cool. Got a bunch of cool streams and stuff. Also, ELH is cool. And shout out to their Mermaid 2nd Edition.
Yes, thank you. Okay, we're just gonna move on before I say what I wanted to say. Kern, what do you have going on?
Hey, I'm Kern. I'm playing Commander Kesson, the guy in charge of security for this ship, and boy, it looks forward to seeing what's going to happen tonight. I've missed this.
I think we've all missed it. But
Yes.
certainly last but not least, Food Cube, what do you got going on?
My mind. Hey, I'm Food Cube. I play Lieutenant Matrilan, or Mitz, the Romulan pilot. And I would like to shout out the voices.
The voices in your head, always a good shout out.
The voices in my head appreciate being informed.
All right, well, let's run that intro video and then we'll get started. And welcome back. So, as is tradition for all my Star Trek Adventures games, I have the players do an opening log, and I believe Captain Cannon, you have that honor tonight, so please take it away.
Captain's log. We've picked up a series of warp trails from a sector of space known to be veritable habitable worlds. We are investigating in hopes of making contact with a new species. On the otter side, the protostar powering our drive has turned pink. Meridian says it's not affecting performance and seems perfectly stable, but we're running diagnostics just to be on the safe side. Cannon out.
All right. So, we, of course, based on that opening narration, start in main engineering. The four of you are just kind of looking at a pink protostar drive, which is that big old sphere in the middle, and then you've got two literal warp cores off to either side at a slight angle. And it's pink. It's not blue. It's not purple. It's not red. It is pink.
So, unless anybody wants to tell me that they're playing a fun practical joke on me, I am, at current moment, entirely perplexed as to how the protostar is pink.
Well, don't look at me. I've always been fond of green more. Pink.
That is fair.
Anybody check if it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month?
Yeah, that's a good shout. Yeah, my first thought was Breast Cancer Awareness Month. My second thought was maybe it's grown sentient and wants to be let free, which would be an issue. And the third problem is various types of Q.
None of those sound like good things.
No. Well, Breast Cancer Awareness Month is a good thing.
I agree.
And
is there anything else pink in this ship that isn't supposed to be pink?
I was waiting for somebody to ask. So, I can confirm that the holodeck, while still upside down, is not pink. The replicators, not pink. The transporter, still blue. The bridge, still a nice gray and blue tone sort of bridge. The nacelles, blue. The impulse drive, red. So it's just the protostar that's pink.
Should we shift all of the lighting on the ship to pink and see if it pleases?
Make it a theme.
I mean, yeah. If you wanna go to pink alert, we certainly can invent pink alert.
Captain Cannon, can we go to pink alert?
Before we do that, let's make sure that the giant protostar that's keeping us where we can get home isn't like breaking down or something. You've done scans on it, right? Nothing's come up odd.
No, according to my preliminary scans, there is absolutely nothing wrong. But I mean, it's emitting light at a different color, or she walks up and inspects the glass to make sure nobody has put a hue tint on the glass.
No, there is no sticker on the warp core.
No, it just seems to be emitting light at a different wavelength. It doesn't seem to have any impact on our functions. We could probably go to proto work.
Should we just test it out?
I don't see any indications that is a bad idea, and I'm always a fan of proto warping.
Well, as you start to contemplate that, you get a chirp on your comm badges from Ensign Reed, who is on the bridge because Mitz is down here, so somebody left somebody in charge, and that had to be Reed. And he goes, sirs, madams, others, we're detecting a distress call. I probably need you on the bridge.
Is it coming in at a pink wavelength?
No.
Well, that's probably a positive sign.
Adjust our heading. We're heading up to the bridge now.
All right. We do the standard Star Trek smash cut to you all arriving on the bridge, and as you drop out of warp, what you see in front of you on the view screen and out of the literal window that is the bridge of the Protostar class are 3 vessels. The 2 larger vessels are shaped like crescent moons and are firing on the smaller vessel, which is about the size of a standard shuttlecraft. The larger vessels are about the size of like a Norway or a Steam Runner class, so they're like a scale 4, slightly bigger than you all. But the shuttle is dodging and weaving. The shuttle is doing its best not to get hit. But even a cursory scan by Keshin or by Mitz or whoever wants to do the narration, the life support of the shuttle is failing, the containment of the warp core is failing, and it is something that you either need to quickly get that shuttle in your shields or you need to beam off the occupant to save them, kind of a situation. But the distress call is coming from that shuttle, and when you put it on the view screen, what you see is a humanoid. They look fairly human, but they are the standard Star Trek humanoid, where, you know, it's whatever the makeup department had on hand this week. And this week, the makeup department had what looks to be Klingon forehead ridges mixed with smaller Ferengi ears, is what they had on hand today. But the signal is fading in and out, and the masculine voice says, "This is Tai-Yen to any vessel in range that can hear me. Please, you must help me. I request immediate asylum to any and all nations that would accept me. Please, anyone." There's a hit, and his whole thing shakes. "Please, I'll do whatever you need. Just please, I need to be granted asylum, kind of a thing.
Mitts, bring us into transporter range. Mr. Keshin, open up hailing frequencies. Let's see if the 2 attacking vessels are willing to talk.
All right. So, what is it you want to say, Captain?
Well, I'm probably going to hit him with the standard, this is Captain Cannon of the Wolf-Rayet to the 2 attacking vessels. We're asking you to stand down.
And I'm going to say that since chat redeemed a complication, they keep firing. They keep coming at the shuttle, and they keep firing. The shuttle is making a beeline for you, though. And at this point, its nacelle is leaking plasma.
Are we in close enough range to
transport?
Can we beam them off?
Yeah. If you want to beam them off, I just need somebody, probably Meridian.
Yep,
I need you to give me a control and engineering. The ship will assist you with a sensors science. Difficulty of 3 because the target is not on a transporter pad.
That's fine. Alright, any objections to me just going ahead and doing it now?
Go ahead.
Alright, focus power systems, question mark.
Nope.
Warp field dynamics.
Nope. But I can at least confirm that whoever rolls the Wolf-Rayet, remember, since you have advanced sensor suites, you get to roll 2d20 with a focus.
That's fair. That is good. So I'm going to assume you won't enjoy a subspace mechanics or perhaps a gravimetric protostar containment on this one, so I'm just going to go roll without a focus.
Okay.
And I will hand you a treat. So I can roll 3 and re-roll a complication if I roll one.
Okay. I'll always take a treat.
Ship complication. And wham-bam.
Well, that's already 5 successes.
Jesus Christ, you
combined
guys like some
with
momentum?
another 2 from the ship, so that's a total of 7 successes, meaning you shoot up all the way to 5 momentum. Well done there. And yeah, you beam Taiyen off his shuttle just in the nick of time, where just as you beam him away, the attacking vessels completely destroy the shuttlecraft. And when Taiyen materializes, I'm assuming on the bridge in front of you all, Taiyen is about 5'6", 5'8". He's not exactly super big. He has kind of graying hair a little bit around the temples. He has male pattern baldness, is how I like to describe it. But he is clutching something. It's a rectangle, and it looks to be some form of canvas. And he's clutching it close to his chest, and he looks around and goes, "Oh, well, whoever you are, I owe you a great debt. Please, you must get me out of here. It is very important. Well, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Again, my name is Taiyen, and whoever you are, I'd like to request asylum immediately."
Well, I'm Captain Cannon of the Wolf-Rayet. Per Starfleet directives, if you're requesting asylum, we have to provide it.
That's good.
Can you tell us why they're shooting at you?
Well, long story short, they didn't like my artwork.
I would like to raise shields.
Oh, I'm assuming we already, had raised shields.
Yeah, you would have raised shields after you transported.
Yeah, I just want to be incredibly clear. The shields are on, because I don't want them shooting at us when they figure out they're here.
Are they targeting us now?
Oh, yes, they are. They're not firing, but they have come to a stop and are targeting you tremendously.
Well, I'm assuming we have hailing frequencies still open.
Yep, channel's still open. And I'm going to say that they actually reply to your channel opening, and I'll put this in chat so everybody has the names correctly. But the adjunct that appears on screen is a little bit younger, a little bit taller, and identifies themselves. This is Adjunct Phi Re of the Mauvig Consortium. You are holding a political dissident and terrorist. We demand that you return him to us immediately for incarceration and disposal.
Well, I don't like people making demands of me, but if you'd like to make a request, we can definitely talk about that.
Captain, you must understand the individual you have is very dangerous. He cannot be allowed to exist any longer.
I'm gonna look at him up and down and go, he doesn't look dangerous to
Oh.
me.
You have
Rehabilitation.
5 cycles in order to give me your response. And they cut comms. Your channel's still open, but they cut theirs.
So I'm gonna look over at our
Wow.
new friend here and be like, can you
Elaborate.
explain what's going on? Yeah.
And I think Tyen
Some artwork.
sort of nods and says, still clutching the canvas to his chest, says, they claim I'm a dissident and a terrorist, but I'm just a humble artist expressing his craft. I haven't done anything wrong, at least as far as I'm concerned. I'm doing what any artist does. I push the boundaries of what is acceptable as a commentary on society. Does that make me a terrorist? I don't think so.
Sounds like you pushed some people's buttons the wrong way, though.
Well,
Uh,
I mean, do you find this offensive? And he turns the canvas around, and you can see it's a very nice painting, but it's literally just a pink flower. Like, just imagine like a rose, but it's pink. It's very detailed, but it's just a pink rose.
Is the color pink the exact same hex color as my protostar drive right now?
No, it's a different hex color, unfortunately, but
Okay.
it's still pink.
Are they? Do they find the color offensive, or are they just not a fan of flowers? What specifically has upset them so much?
And I think Tyen suddenly realizes who he's talking to with Meridian, kind of narrows his eyes and goes, "Oh, you are pink as well. Maybe you'll
Very.
understand. Among the Mavig, pink is a provocative color.
I do tend to be provocative.
But still,
Don't show
to
them
be
our
labeled a
pride.
terrorist, to be shot at, to want to be disposed of, it's a simple painting of pink flowers."
Kenan, I think I should be cropped out of the display when they're talking to us. They will be very displeased by my presence. Unless we want to displease them, in which case I would be happy to talk to them.
From an aesthetic perspective, this is a good painting, or does it just look like a bad painting?
I would say this is a solid 8 out of 10 yams.
Pretty good. Good craft
Well.
work. Good color palette choice. Excellent framing.
Mm-hmm.
And they specifically want you in a status of no longer alive as a result of this painting?
Indeed. Again, it's just a simple painting. I think they're overreacting tremendously. But they have already burned down my studio, they have arrested all of my students, and have pursued me across the sector of space. Until you came along, I thought I was going to die out here.
Is this sort of reaction common among these people, or is this a new ruling of sorts?
I mean, pink's always been provocative, but not to the point that it gets people killed.
Yeah, that is what I was getting at. Like, is provocative nature is not illegal in the culture.
It's been a gray area for a long time, but as I said, it hasn't actually gotten anybody killed or destroyed because of it.
So I'm the suspicious type. I think there's something else going on here.
As do I.
Can we
I feel like this. Yeah.
Can we scan his painting like with a tricorder?
Yeah, if you want to scan his painting. Let me see, what would this be? So what is it you're looking for? Are you looking for like hidden power sources? Are you looking for like the composition of paint? How are you approaching the scan so I know what to give you?
Is there anything in this that's not paint and canvas that would not just be a normal painting?
Okay, well that's a very simple roll. That's going to be a reason and science at a difficulty of 1.
I'm going to do that one myself.
Okay. I do not think
I don't think
temporal
I've-
mechanics helps you, though, unfortunately.
I was wondering if composure would, to see if it's composed well.
You know what? I love it. Sure, why not?
It's good.
All right, just rolling the 2 dice.
Okay, well, that is 2 successes, meaning you are capped at 6 momentum. Well, Captain, I guess sort of good news. It is literally canvas. Obviously, it's a biological makeup of canvas that's common to the Mavic, but not one that is completely alien. The paints, similarly, are just sort of a pigment of sorts that is not reactive to anything, is not radioactive, doesn't seem to be like a hidden circuit or anything. As far as you can tell, it is literally just a painted picture.
Okay, I'll flip the tricorder shut and go, they just want to kill you over this simple painting.
Yeah.
What was the sort of walk me through your creative process on this? Like, what is the painting supposed to represent in your eyes?
Well, the flower represents the blooming of the Mavic ideology, and the pink is meant to evoke a strong sense of, and he goes on a very long diatribe if you let him. Like, this is the kind of talk that I'm sure Food Cube is tired of hearing, because it's one of those, like, not a haughty artist kind of a thing that's full of themselves, but this is like somebody, an art professor, like somebody at college would teach like their students, like, and by using the stroke technique of this much, you evoke a feeling of so and so, and he will go on as long as you let him.
While he's going off on that, I'm going to walk over to the replicator, plug in what I just got from the tricorder. I'm going to replicate a copy of it.
Okay, congratulations. You have a copy of a pink rose.
And a lighter.
Okay.
What's your god? Oh, wait.
I got
I
an
like
idea.
where you're going with this.
I'm going to set my copy down, take his from him, roll it up nicely and gently, set it behind the captain's chair, and then go back on bring up the hailing frequencies again.
I specifically stand out of frame, otherwise they'll be very
Yes,
displeased by excessively how pink I am.
All right. Tyann, of
Yeah,
course, lets you take his painting and says, I think I understand what you're about to do. I hope it works.
We're going to try. So I'm going to open hailing frequency again and see if they'll give visual this time.
Yep, you do again get a visual of the adjunct. He is looking about as pissed as he was 5 minutes ago. And he just sort of glares at you and asks, so have you come to a decision? We cannot allow this criminal to continue.
Well, I'm going to grab the painting out of my chair and hold it up and go, is this the painting that's getting this gentleman killed right now?
That is the painting which has invoked many terrorist plots, many, shall we say, riots on our planet. It cannot be allowed to exist, and he may no longer be allowed to exist.
Well, I'll give you a 50-50 on it, and I'll take the lighter and I'll set the painting on fire.
Okay. So, I'm just debating what to make that in terms of a roll.
While you're thinking that, is their planet, can I obviously deduce, in a visual range around us where the planet is? Are we close to their planet, or is this somewhere far outside of sensor range?
So let me answer that question as I'm still debating the difficulty. So Meridian, as far as sensors are able to detect, there are no habitable planets that these could have come from. Yet you are detecting a warp trail that leads to elsewhere in the sector.
Man, could I argue for a daring command?
Yeah, I was debating either daring or control, but I think daring fits better. And I'll give you persuasion as a focus. But I think this does have to be a difficulty 5.
Take all the momentum.
Take all the momentum.
We're literally capped on momentum. Eat momentum.
Can I use a determination?
You could. You just got to tell me what value you're using.
Stay calm in the storm?
Sure. All right. That'll start you with 2 successes.
Don't forget to track your use of it so you can progress.
Yep. I think that's my 3rd time using it.
Oh, that gets you an arc milestone after the session then.
And I'll use enough momentum to get me up to 4 dice.
Okay, so that'll be 3 momentum.
And let's see what happens here.
All right, well, there's your 5. So you light the painting on fire. You assumedly let it burn completely, and the adjunct watches with a small amount of perverse satisfaction, like he's enjoying seeing that painting burn a little too much. But he says, well, you have at least stopped the proliferation of obscene material, but we still need to deal with the artist who is creating it in the first place.
Would exile help? Because he's requested asylum with us, so that means he would have to stay with us.
Perhaps you and I should have a personal conversation one-on-one.
Well, I'm more than happy to have you join me on my ship.
I will send transport coordinates. And then he cuts the channel.
I will make my way to main engineering
Mm-hmm.
to generally be out of the way and keep my hot pink perverseness away from their eyes. And then also perform additional scans of the protostar to figure out if there's been any change in makeup in the slightest from scans from yesterday to now to detect any difference other than pink.
Okay.
And I'm going to take the original painting, give it to Keshin, and say, please lock this in the armory. We don't want anybody stumbling across the original while they're on board.
All right, will do.
Oh, and don't let them in engineering unless you want them to be pissed off.
Yes.
Yeah,
If you want them to be pissed off, I'll be.
I shall be securing the doors to engineering.
Yeah, keep them away from my protostar.
Restricted zone.
Mm-hmm. All right, so my question for you, Captain, is where are you having the meeting with the adjunct? Is it in your office? Is it in the cafeteria? Where is it you're hosting him?
Do we have an observation lounge?
You do.
I'd say we do a small visiting dignitary kind of setup there. Have Vincent Reed make some coffee.
Okay.
No pink cups.
No pink cups, of course. Mm-hmm. All right. So we do another classic Star Trek smash cut where the adjunct has beamed aboard, has come into your conference room, looked around, kind of adjusted his pauldrons a little bit, and taken a seat. And he just sort of steeples his fingers in the classic Gendo pose and says,
Oh boy.
well, Captain, I hardly know where to begin about this artist, this terrorist. Perhaps you don't understand the significance of what he's done.
Help me understand it then.
Well, the Mavic Consortium is going through a bit of a troubled time at the moment. We are, as a society, reassessing a lot of our social norms and what is acceptable to proliferate in our society. And this terrorist, this Tai Yen, has been pushing the boundaries of what I can deem acceptable, what my superiors can deem acceptable. We have given him many warnings. We have given him many opportunities to recant his work, to take back that vile color he keeps using in his work. But he continues to not only paint and create new works of art using it, but he teaches his students to rebel, to push the boundaries, and that has led to many a riot, as I said earlier, that has led to social upheaval in some aspects.
I understand what you're talking about, but really, you think killing him is going to solve that problem?
Well, as the saying goes, you cut the head off of a turnock, you kill the flock.
Yes, but aren't you afraid of creating a martyr out of him?
Oh, no, I would not be any but concerned about that. If anything, by locking up and detaining all of his students, the only individuals who would dare to create such a work of art would only be turned off by his public execution.
Oh, so you want to now take him back and publicly execute him. You're just trying to blow up the shuttle he was on.
Yes, but it would have been recorded publicly, and he would have died in the public view.
Well, I do have to say that my society frowns on lethal punishments like that.
Yes, and he kind of looks you up and down. I'm not familiar with your assembly. What is it called?
The United Federation of Planets. We're a little far from your space here.
Hmm, I see. And your purpose for being in this part of space to begin with?
Simple exploration.
Hmm, I see. Well, and he kind of pauses there as he deliberates over his choice of words. The Mavic Consortium would greatly appreciate it if the Federation handed over this criminal to us. We would consider it a great favor.
I understand that, but with knowing that you're going to execute him, I cannot in good conscience do that.
And I think his fist kind of clenches a little bit and it shakes. He says, Captain, perhaps I misspoke, or perhaps your translator or my translator is not working properly. I cannot allow Taiyen to continue to exist. If I return empty handed, the punishment will fall upon me rather than the artist.
The captain's going to think for just a moment here and just lean forward and go like, I've already explained it to you. He's not going with you if he's going to be executed. I'm willing to negotiate another punishment for him if that's what you wish, but I cannot release him into your custody knowing he's going to die.
And I think he clenches both fists now instead of just the one and stands up very suddenly and says, Well, I've tried to talk reason with you, Captain. I would request you beam me back to my ship, and I will give you 1 hour to turn about your way of thinking before we have to resort to more drastic measures.
The captain's just going to lean back in his chair and be like, that's your choice if you want to attack us, but you'll lose. And I'll let security escort him out.
All right. So you escort him out. He makes it back to his ship, and the hour begins ticking, where the two Crescent Moon vessels just sort of sit there menacingly as the rest of you decide what to do.
I think we need a senior staff meeting.
I think we do too. But also, I feel like at this point, we can aggravate them into making errors of their own judgment by my simple presence in future video calls.
All right. Well, senior staff meeting, pretty easy. It's in the conference room that the good adjunct, or maybe not the good, maybe the bad adjunct was back in. And yeah, thanks to Ensign Reed, you all have a fresh pot of coffee, so have fun.
Good job, Reed.
I'm open to ideas.
I have a sciencey idea, which is slightly related to engineering, I guess. Well, more of a bioengineering, I guess. Transporter clones tend to create sentience, but we don't want sentience. What if we figure out a way to replicate a dead body of them to provide, saying they unfortunately are no longer living.
Took their own life there, basically?
Yeah, basically give them a fake body that is a genetic replica of the person they want dead, so they can bring back proof of death to save their hide.
Well, I'm going to look up Mr. Keshin and be like, what are your scans showing of their level of technology? Is that something that we might be able to pull off?
E08?
Well,
what do I know?
For that, I need you to roll me a reason and security. The Wolf-Rayet will assist you with a sensor security, difficulty of 3.
Ooh.
Honestly, I am kind of down for somebody to pick a fight with us, because I don't think much here can.
That was my suggestion.
I'm actually with Mitz here.
Let's just fight them.
So Mitz suggests violence.
Mm-hmm.
I support allowing them to attempt to fight us, realize that they are unable to do any amount of reasonable damage, and then we tell them, now would be a good time for you to leave. as they realize they cannot damage us if their weapons are incapable of dealing significant damage to us. Our offensive capability is likely on par with our defensive capability, which should hopefully scare them away.
We
Without
also
us
have
having to
a
actually.
we do have a functional cloaking device too.
We do have a phase cloak. We also have a protostar drive. We can just leave.
Yes, but do you want to take this gentleman on with the ship with us for the rest of the tour?
Well, where do they want to be dropped off at? Do they have one anywhere they want to be dropped off at? Asylum or not, they're stuck with us till they find somewhere else to go.
I would assume Tai Yin is part of the meeting here.
I was about to ask whether you wanted him in the room for this.
It's his future we're talking about here. He better be in here.
Yeah, they have a right to have input on the matter.
Okay, just making sure, because I definitely know certain crews that'd be like, no, he stays outside. We will decide for him.
That sounds very Klingon.
Very Klingon indeed. So Tyen kind of just looks exasperated and says, look, I don't want you to get yourself and your entire Federation in trouble just over myself. I mean, sure, I like to push the boundaries, but I don't want to cause a intergalactic incident.
The Federation's done things for less, if I'm being honest.
That is also true. I project holographically the Andromeda Galaxy and just say to them, you can just pick a star, and we'll take you there.
Well, unfortunately, it would have to be a star very, very far away from the Mavid Consortium. I don't know what your maximum warp is capable of, but I would need to be somewhere that is so far away that they couldn't just warp to me and destroy me from orbit, if you get my meaning.
Draw the vague outline of their space.
Well, that's the thing, is that you still don't know where they are, unless are you asking him to outline it?
I'm literally asking him to vaguely diagram their area of space here on this Andromeda map I have holographically
Yeah,
displayed.
assuming we've debriefed him.
Okay, so this is actually going to require a roll. But let me handle Keshin's roll first, because I know we're getting away from it. Let's handle Keshin's roll first, and then we'll handle other things. So again, it is a sensor security for the ship, a reason security for Keshin, and it is a difficulty of 3.
Right, and do I have a focus that applies?
You do. You have multiple focuses that apply.
Okay.
And the ship rolls twice because it's sensors, yeah?
Yeah, because it's sensors. Mm-hmm.
Sensors security, you said?
Sensor security. Mm-hmm.
Boom.
All right, so 1 from the ship and 3 from Keshin, so you get a momentum back for your trouble. So Keshin, you're aware of the Sovereign class, yes? The Enterprise E kind of a thing?
Definitely.
These Mavig ships are each individually a Sovereign class.
Wow. Okay. Ouch.
So, to put it in perspective of game terms here, they are a scale 6. They likely have resistances of 5 or greater. And you could probably take them in a fight because you have pulse phaser cannons and tri-cobalt torpedoes and transphasic torpedoes. I mean, if you were to activate...
Shielding,
you have temporal shielding, you have an ablative armor generator. You could probably take 1 or 2 of them in a fight. The problem is that you would be taking them in a fight, which, you know, you guys have shot at a few things so far, but nothing's really shot majorly at you, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, ablative armor generator, though.
Mm-hmm.
We also don't want to create an intergalactic incident here.
That's true. I say we just politely poof. We just warp out. And
Unfortunately, that blocks the whole sector from this galaxy that we can't explore, because then we'll be persona non grata here.
Mm-hmm.
We can still be back within the hour.
Well, that will tie into the next roll you're making for you asking Tyen to show you where his species is from. So this is a specifically Meridian question, because Meridian asked it.
Yep.
This is a presence command. It
Okay.
is a difficulty of 4, and
Jesus
you
Christ. Okay.
don't have a focus here, unfortunately.
All right.
But you do have 4 momentum if you want to use it.
Man, I should just have Cannon ask. No focus.
Oh, wait a second. I've been reminded that you have Faith of the Heart on Cannon. Since you spent Determination, you're actually at 5 momentum.
Ooh. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. All right. And correct me if I'm wrong, you have to have a focus before you can be eligible to expend a determination, correct?
No, it's a value you need to tap in order to spend Determination.
Hmm.
Can somebody assist with this roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, you may have a free assist from somebody. You would be doing your own presence command as an assist, whoever wants to take it. Probably Captain Cannon.
Yes, that sounds like a very good canon thing.
And as a reminder, Cannon, on an assist, it's just 1 die. And you would have a focus.
How confident are you in your ability to get a success?
I can roll it right now. You can tell me.
It's fair. Oh!
Not very good.
All right, so I'll roll.
No, I didn't spend momentum.
Yeah, so I'm gonna roll 4 dice.
Okay, so is that 3 momentum, 1 momentum, 2 threat? What's the breakdown?
I say we take some momentum because we're 1 away from cap,
Okay.
so that's like, let's say like 3 momentum? Question
3
mark?
momentum. Mm-hmm.
Now, I do have advisors, so you will be able to re-roll one of those since I used command.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. I love that idea. 2 successes. Let's re-roll the 18 then.
Okay.
Am I only allowed 1 re-roll, or?
Yeah, you're only allowed the 1 reroll.
1.
Okay.
Okay. So I
Nice.
can offer you a success with 2 complications.
Sure, that sounds fun.
Okay.
Yeah, we love compilations.
Complications are just fun here. We're not afraid of them. We should be afraid of them.
So Taiyan looks very shaken, like more shaken than he already was. He looks very nervous, and he says, Captains, I mean no disrespect, but to reveal the Mavic homeworld to an outsider, I would not only be a terrorist, I would be enemy number 1 of the Mavic Consortium. They would go to no ends to see my destruction if I reveal this to you.
I just don't need the specific homeworld. I merely need a sphere of influence.
Even that is something that is kept so secret and so... And he kind of looks around your ship. Perhaps the word cloak means something to you all?
It does.
Well, our space is heavily cloaked, and we value our privacy. In fact, the mere fact that I found a new alien species, well, several alien species, I am doing something my own species hasn't done in a very long time.
So where vaguely are we on the Andromeda Galaxy right now?
So Taiyan sighs and says, all right, well, I've already come this far. It can't get any worse. And he vaguely outlines the sector of space that you're in, where the borders of Mavig space are. And then he doesn't give you an exact star system, but he gives a general area where the Mavig homeworld might be.
So we know where to not go because they're very isolationist, it seems. I point to, like, literally the other side of the map and go, what if we can get you here, like, in a not unreasonable space of time?
I mean, if it is my want in life to be exiled and live my life in solitude for as long as it may continue, I suppose I can't complain. It's better than the alternative, but I do wish that I could liberate my students that have been imprisoned unfairly and have been incarcerated simply because they listen to my teachings.
Hey, Captain, what are your thoughts on cloaking? Using long-range scans to search for a phase-cloaked planet. Find the students, transport them onto the ship, and take them off to some place where they can do art to their artist's content.
Well, I think that's probably a little much for what we're allowed to do under,
Well,
exile guidelines. But
yeah,
what if we made the
Starfleet gonna do?
offer to remove these dissidents from their planet for them?
Good shout.
They're already talking about imprisoning them.
Yeah,
A lot easier to let them go.
true.
And I think Tyann, this is the second complication. Tyann looks a little bit nervous, kind of scratches at his neck and goes, "That's the perhaps biggest problem about rescuing my students. While I don't agree that they should be incarcerated, obviously, the problem is that some of them are, well, they're young, they're outspoken, and that they're not simply going to take freedom and stay with it. They're very passionate. Well, I mean, any artist, at least any Mavic artist, is very passionate about what we do. And some might agree to come away with me to this theoretical other side of the galaxy, but some would rather stay and perhaps die for their beliefs."
How many
And
others share your thoughts on this? Are you a minority of your people, or is the ones in power the ones making their rules?
I mean, I only I only taught a few classes at the university. There's myself and perhaps another 40 students.
So it sounds like even if we let you go back to your society, you would still face persecution.
Oh, indeed. And make no mistake, the adjunct will publicly execute me if you turn me back over to him.
That's not going to happen. I'll let this ship be destroyed before I let you go back there to be killed.
And to be very clear, if this ship gets destroyed, this entire immediate sector of space will probably go with it.
And I think Tyann looks at you quizzically and asks, "Well, what do you mean? Do you mean your Federation will come and literally destroy everything in this sector?"
No, I just mean that this ship is let's see, how do I dance around this politely?
Packs a bigger punch than what it looks like.
It packs a bigger punch than what it looks like, and it has unintended fail-safes that would cause a rather large explosion should it cease operation.
Ah. Well, I have certainly been granted asylum with a very strange, but perhaps very interesting group of aliens. And he actually, as he says that, he pulls out a little sketchbook, and he looks very intently at you, Meridian, just starts sketching, maybe looks up at you every once in a while, and just keeps sketching as you all are talking.
I start posing cutely.
So we could say he's getting sketchy.
Yes. So tracing back to the idea of handing them a not alive genetic clone of you, do you have any objections to that idea? Making them believe they're in possession of your dead body, so that they are culturally.
We can't give him a clone. That's against Federation law, because you can't clone people.
It's a
transporter duplicates. What if there was a transporter accident?
Oh, I'm good at transporter accidents. You have the results of my transporter quote accident on your desk. I could probably transporter accident a clone and, well, preferably one that is dead, on existence.
We don't need a clone. We just need enough biomatter and enough of his DNA so they think he died in the transporter accident.
Oh, I could do
And
that
then
easy.
make sure
That's
he's in a
fucking easy.
scan. Yeah, he'll need to be in a shielded section of the ship.
Is our let's hey guys, I have a great idea. Let's erect a Faraday cage around the holodeck.
It's almost like you did that already.
Yeah, haven't
have
we
extra
tried that
help.
already?
Yeah,
I'm
doing
getting
that.
flashbacks.
I'm just
All right,
saying, I mean, the trait isn't on the field anymore, but it is a fact of matter that there is still a Faraday cage around your
Wait,
upside down
it's still
holodeck.
there? We haven't removed
Yep.
that yet?
No, you haven't told
Nope.
me you've removed it, so it's still there.
Mhm.
We can't
haven't
fix
fixed-
Cloak without dropping a holodeck!
Well, we never fixed it, so we didn't have to change.
True!
You know.
True, we haven't fixed it yet. God damn it.
So
Should
let's
we
get
put him
the,
in the holodeck?
We have a very secure holodeck, though.
Mhm.
Let's put him on the holodeck.
And
let's get him to the med bay first so they can get enough DNA samples to grow what we need to grow to fool these people.
Well,
I mean,
that would
I'm
be
sure I could
biomimetic
scan-
gel.
Yeah, we could get some of that. And then...
We just need a little sample from the subject in question.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
then
think
we-
Tyann
in there.
actually speaks up there and says, Captains, sirs, madams, others, I actually would rather much not have my death faked. I mean, the whole purpose of me running and keeping the artwork with me was that my ideology, my legacy, would not be that of well, as the adjunct would say, a terrorist, would be better much suited as a free thinker, well, literally an artist. But even if you give them traces of my DNA that, in I guess, a slop of organic matter, they win, unfortunately. They will potentially do the same to all my students, and nothing will change in Mavic society.
Thank you for your input. This is valuable.
Indeed.
I'm gonna look over at Tyann and be like, so what would you want the outcome of this to be?
Well, you've already said it's probably too much to acquire and release my students. So, unless I can budge your thinking on that, I think unfortunately I have to accept solitary exile on whatever planet you feel necessary to drop me off on. But that is not going to be something that the adjunct is going to accept. You are going to have to take me very far away. And should you ever come back in this area of space, he and others like him will probably immediately fire upon you.
Just we need somebody else that doesn't like us.
I have a...
I mean, everybody likes us.
Well, now they do.
That's it. We got to find a way to make these people like us.
They're going to war of the color pink. I don't think they're going to like us at all.
Oh well.
I have a few ideas. Well, I have the start of a plan.
Actually, let's ask, I'm going to ask Tyann what the significance of pink is in their culture.
Well,
Why is it so taboo?
and he looks very pointedly at Meridian and thinks better of what he was originally going to say and say, well, as I said, it's very provocative. It represents some mature themes, if you will.
How would they react if I just stand in front of our holo viewer and turn the camera on?
They would call you a harlot and attempt to cover you up or destroy you.
Wow.
And that's putting it nicely.
Good.
There's obviously I'm only just getting used to your translator, but there's some very choice words they would use that I don't want to translate.
Harsh.
Hmm.
But on the bright side, I have finished this lovely sketch of you, and he actually tears off from his sketchbook and hands you a little bit of paper with like a really good rendering of Meridian.
Thank you very
Nice.
much. I will hang this in engineering.
Oh, it's pink too, right?
It is pink, yeah. Like he's used a little bit of pink smudging to do the hair and the horns, but it's pretty good rendering.
Hmm.
And as you maybe look at that, Tyann points at it and says, "Now what I've just done, I get the feeling in your society is a gesture of goodwill, that it is a simple token of affectation. In my society, proliferation of something of that color is so taboo and so utterly asininely backwards that, I mean, you've seen the result. I mean, a simple flower that has been painted pink rather than the usual white is enough to incarcerate students to try and kill me for using the color pink."
Being labeled terrorist too.
Exactly.
Yes, we would consider that very radical.
All right. So I think I've finally developed something vaguely resembling a plan.
Ooh.
Okay.
So, since we can't phase cloak because we'll leave the holodeck here again, we should actually fix that at some point. That'll be a problem. But I think we can theoretically equip a probe with a bunch of holo emitters to emit a perfect replica of our ship. We could then very expertly time the deployment of this with us doing a regular jump out of the system and then proto-jumping from the next system in order to hopefully trick them into believing we are still present. If we modulate our jump in just a way, it could be interpreted as an engine fault, and then we could have the hologram mimic having some engine issues.
Like a warp core breach.
We could go with a warp core breach or a plasma containment failure, not an immediate, oh, we need to get away from that because it might explode. Something of just a, oh, well, that's why we're seeing warp plasma. Like a manifold breaking in one of the nacelles or something. And we can have that stay for about an hour or longer. That way we have plenty of time to get a head start of taking them away from here, because let's be real here, right? There doesn't seem to be a solution that involves us being able to explore this sector of space without them not being pleased by external presence.
Yeah, the only thing they want right now is to kill this gentleman, and I'm not
They
going
want to kill this
let them do that.
guy, and very clearly they don't seem to have an interest in being found. If they use cloaking tech, they're not going to be interested in opening negotiations with us. They will want us to leave if we ever happen to be exploring here again anyway.
Well, they hate the color pink so much. Tyann, is there any other color taboos in your society?
Pink's the big one. There are some rumblings about the color purple. And then I don't know what hue you would call this, and he holds up a color green. It's a very nice dark green. It's like a sea green.
No, not green.
This
green.
is not as scandalous as pink or purple, but it is sometimes not looked well upon.
Wow.
We might be able to deploy some worker bees to go start painting their ships a color that would distract them.
I was actually thinking something similar to that, but with their crew.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm intrigued now.
Well, I mean, if they hate the color pink so much, how bad would it be if their entire ship started turning pink and all of them started turning pink?
I remember an incident on, I believe, Deep Space Nine with some form of
The
mite
color changing mites?
that make people start changing color.
Oh yeah.
Do we think we could? Do we get the medical officer to see if they can synthesize an airborne effect of such?
Ah, yes, we're resorting to bioweapons now.
It's not a weapon if it's not doing anything hostile. It's
It's
True.
more bio pranks.
biocosmetics, biopranks, exactly. Nothing you wouldn't see in a Starfleet dry dock.
Well, I mean, I kind of like Chat's suggestion. Just put a big old paintballs in the torpedo launchers. I like that idea.
Ooh.
Oh my God, Mitz! Mitz, do you want to fire Do you want to fire paintball torpedoes out of the?
I've been waiting for someone to suggest it, but
I am actually fully in support of this idea. Can Chat just be Ensign Reed's ideas and contributions?
Maybe.
Well, maybe not fire torpedoes at them, but I'm sure we could find something we could, fire from our Broussard collectors that could attach to their ships. What if they thought that this color had infected our ship, causing them to flee?
We
do have a pink protostar drive right now.
And I think Tyen actually, his interest is piqued. He looks at you, Captain, and he says, "You have a pink warp core?"
Something like that, yes.
Oh,
Captain, can I just casually extend the third nacelle?
Oh, no, you. And he starts fanning himself. Meridian, you not know what you suggest.
I know my nacelles very well, thank you.
If you thought my painting was not received well, that would be quite the statement.
I literally just pull a pink phallus shape.
I mean, that's basically what he's insinuating, is that
Yeah.
you're whipping out the bad dragon if you pull out the third nacelle.
I do want to whip out... Captain, can I please extend the third nacelle?
Let's have a plan first before you go whipping out the third nacelle.
I think the third nacelle is the plan. It's called We Warp Out if anything goes terribly, terribly wrong.
They're like growing a third leg.
Well, that just got this video age-gated. Welcome to... if you're seeing this on YouTube, let us know in the comments if you got age-gated.
Let us know if this was still eligible for ads.
Yeah, let us know if that pushed us over the ad revenue. We'll find out together.
Alright, so what's our plan in advance?
So I think Tyen, once he calms himself down about thinking about the third nacelle, he says, well, I mean, that idea about painting their ships pink, I mean, sure, your ship is mighty, and I'm sure it packs quite a punch, but if you painted their ship pink somehow, that would be greater damage than any physical damage, if that makes any sense to you. Where...
Makes sense.
Yeah, it just... The thought of a ship being painted pink, they would have to clean themselves tremendously, and if, say, images of their pink ships were transmitted back to the homeworld, well, that might actually be my greatest work of art at all.
You have communications frequencies memorized. We could open.
We do also have a scan of his paintings, so
we do.
You might be able to do a little graffiti.
Good, amazing idea.
I think we have a plan now.
I think we need to paint the bottom side of their ship with the painting.
Ships, plural. There's 2 of them.
Oh yeah. Should we do the entire painting or just the rendition of the pink flower as large as possible?
Yeah, as big as we can fit on their ship.
Largest pink flower. Got it.
Now, I just want to be clear here. If an admiral ever finds out about this conversation, y'all are doomed. But ELH is like, yes, I enjoy this plan.
Again, I attest they won't. And what are they going to do? Fly out here?
This is true.
I know some admirals. They'll be fine.
Yeah, I do too. Listen, 1 or 2 of them owes me a favor. I had to clear their browser history a few times.
I might be related to 1 or 2 of them.
I've seduced one, but I probably shouldn't say that.
Ah, well, you see,
Radiant
there
literally
was
claps.
this one lieutenant that I once knew. Listen, you can't just say these things, Cube, and not expect me to go with it.
Instant Reed walks in and goes, I saw an admiral once. They didn't speak to me. I just saw one.
All right, so I think we've got a plan
Don't we
here.
all?
Yes.
All right, so we have a plan. You are painting the Mavic ships. I think we're all in agreement there.
Yes.
Yep.
My question is the delivery method. And
That is
for
mine
that,
as well.
that's going to start requiring some rolls, but I'll outline it for you. If you want to use your phase cannons, or phaser cannons, sorry. If you want to use your pulse phaser cannons to paint their hull, that's going to require 2 successful attacks and some very fancy flying, in addition to them shooting back at you. So that's option 1. Option 2, same sort of thing, but you could carefully craft a torpedo to act as a literal paintball, and if you aimed and configured it properly, you could do it in 1 shot, and then they would still shoot back at you. Alternatively, you could literally put paint in a torpedo and just their entire ship, just pink.
How about a transporter solution?
Well, depends on how you're talking about a transport solution, because if you're trying to translate the paint onto the hull, that would be a very, very, very precise transport task.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should do option 1.
You want to just open fire?
Well, I mean,
I like the way you think there, Captain, but wow.
I'm
this
thinking...
could hurt.
I am thinking we load options 2 and 3. And 3 is the backup. Or, alternatively, everybody, we, could build a very small worker bee delivery method that could start without them noticing.
well, they only gave
How
us
do
an
we
hour to
bypass
come up with a solution, so
We do
Yeah.
have an hour to figure it out.
Well,
Although-
you're more like at about 15 minutes at this point, so...
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it. Activate the ablative armor generator, and let's just start shooting.
Yes!
Mitz is on board
Wow.
with this plan. Mitz has been waiting this entire time for this plan.
I'm
It was
kinda
my
just throwing
only
Mitz a bone
solution and
here.
only plan.
All right, well,
Fuck it.
let us do a series of events then, because I think combat, even though it is paint combat on your side, combat is inevitable at this point. But we'll play it out. So, all of you return to the bridge, and you get a hail from the adjunct. Question
I'm very
number 1.
distinctly in frame.
You are in frame. Okay. The adjunct appears on screen and begins talking and says, Captain, your time is up. What is that creature doing there? What the hell is that?
Hi, I'm the chief engineer of this vessel.
You
And my first
are,
officer.
and he says a word I'm not even going to say.
Right.
Same back at you. Computer, activate a blade of armor generator.
And as the armor begins to deploy, let's go through the steps here. This does require reserve power, so your reserve power goes down. You do get 5 additional shielding, and you do now technically have a resistance of 7, which is significant.
Yeah. Mad.
So, as this is happening, as a blade of armor does the same thing it did at the very end episode of Voyager, it just sort of replicates and folds out across the hull of the protostar of the Wolf-Rayet. The adjunct, with his eye twitching, because Meridian's still in frame, says, "So this is your answer. Very well. In the honor of the Mavid Consortium, I will see you Federation dogs destroyed along with the terrorist." And we are now in structured combat. I have 9 threat. I'm going to immediately spend 2 of it to make sure that the adjunct will attempt to fire first. I'm also going to give him 3 dice in addition to his ship rolling. So let's hit the button and find out together.
That's a big number.
Well, the good news is that he rolled only 1 success. His ship, however, rolled the other success he needs in order to hit you. But I have further good news. He only does 6 damage with his weapon. You have a resistance of 7. So you only take 1 shield damage.
So our shields are to 19, which
let me do that on your sheet real quick. There,
I don't know
now
how
you should be able to go.
I was like, I have no idea how I make that larger.
Yeah, there you go.
And then don't we... Wait, no. Our hex grid shielding doesn't apply because the shields go off for a blade of armor generator, right?
Correct, but it is something where...
Because didn't we have sort of pseudo baked in vampiric shielding?
You did if it was regular shielding. You know what, actually, this is something we need to decide right now, because this is the first time we're using a blade of armor generator. I
feel like it shuts the shields off, right?
I think, well, you just got a momentum from chat, so thank you, chat. I think since you're having to spend 2 threat in order to activate hex grid shielding, I think it applies. I think even with a blade of armor generator, I think hex grid shielding applies.
Okay.
So theoretically, you could give me 2 threat to regain the shield you just lost.
I say we wait, because we can add 2 threat to restore shields equal to the ship's security department, which is 2.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't want to feed him more threat he can use against us.
Yeah, let's not feed more threat right now, but we definitely can do so later.
Okay. Well, that is the enemy turn. They went first. I cannot retain the initiative, so it comes back to the players. Players, what would you like to do?
Mitz, paint the town pink.
Time for some fanciful flying!
Mm-hmm. Now,
Mitz, some fanciful shooting.
Well, that's something I'm going to say. If you want to engage in attack pattern, you would be able to assist on Keshin's attack, Mitz. You would actually be able to assist.
Hell yeah.
If you wanted to evade, it would be harder to hit the Wolf-Rayet. If you simply wanted to get underneath of the ship to give Keshin an optimal firing stance, that's a simple maneuver. But it's more what you feel is appropriate for the situation, and I will just translate whatever you say into an actual action.
I want to assist Keshin, give him the opportunity to prank these assholes.
Okay. All right. In that case, in 2nd edition, they have actually changed it. It used to be that you had to make a roll for attack pattern, but it is simply just you tell me it's happening, and it happens. So, Mitz, what this means is that on any attack the Wolf-Rayet makes before your next turn, you may assist with a control and con.
Let's fucking go.
Now, the caveat is that it also is 1 difficulty easier to hit you. That's the caveat. Now, that
We're a
is your major action, Mitz. So the Wolf-Rayet begins flying, getting underneath the other attacking vessels, and getting optimal firing patterns and angles. But that is your major action, which means unless you all want to spend 2 momentum or give me 2 threat to retain the initiative, the other Mavic ship is going to go.
Actually, I believe we can ignore that with Keshen's ability.
Ooh,
Yes, we can.
that is
Hell
right.
yeah.
I forgot that you had quick to
that's fine.
action.
Because we haven't ever
I do.
gotten in combat.
Well,
I
if
was
you
waiting. I was waiting to insert that in there, but
yeah, well,
we
Keshen,
beat me to it.
if you want a quick to action, I already
Definitely.
anticipate what you want to do. It is indeed a control security assisted by the ship's weapons security. And normally, Mitz would have to pay an extra momentum to assist, but since it's a part of attack action, Mitz assists for free with their control con.
Ooh,
Here's the complication.
okay.
So normally this would be at a difficulty of 2.
Right.
However, you are not trying to destroy the vessels. You are attempting to paint one or both of them. That's the question. Are you attempting to paint them both at once or just one at a time?
Well,
It's going to depend on the difficulty.
Okay, because
Well,
that does affect the difficulty. If you want to paint both at the same time, you would have to give me 2 momentum to create the trait of independent firing arcs on your phaser cannons.
Right.
And it would be a difficulty of 4. If it is just one ship at a time, it is a difficulty of 3.
So here's my thought behind it. So I'm going to go with 1.
Okay.
Is that I figure once I turn one ship pink, maybe the other one will start helping.
Or turn on them.
to turn on them, that's it.
Yeah, they'll be at least distracted enough by, oh my god, it's pink!
Yep. Oh my god. Well, I'll go with that. I'm guessing I do have a focus here.
You definitely have a focus here.
That's what I thought. All right. So, oh boy.
Okay, there's
very
2.
nice. And then here. That's a focus.
Okay, we have a complication. And then Mitz, I need a control and con assist from you. Okay, not a complication, but okay. So it was a difficulty of 3.
Uh-huh.
So I can offer you a success with 2 complications.
Sounds good to me. I mean,
Sounds fun to me.
Okay.
yep.
In that case, complication 1, I'm pocketing 2 threat. Complication 2 is you do open fire and begin painting the pink rose on the aft section of one of the vessels. But the complication is going to be that your phaser cannons are a little bit overzealous and are actually causing miniature hull breaches in the process. So the Mavic are
Nasty.
not happy. And the Mavic are very, very unhappy with you at this point because you have actually done damage to their ship. You have not just painted it, you have actually done damage to it.
Well, I
Careful of
damaged
having
it
such a
anyway
shitty
just by
ship.
putting pink on it, so.
Should have a better ship.
So
Eh.
here's
Time
what's going to
delete
happen.
The records from our ship, by the way.
Is that normally a vessel just can't keep shooting. Like the whole purpose of combat in Star Trek Adventures is that always attacking is the suboptimal, quote unquote, is always the discouraged action where you're not just supposed to sit there and just spam attacks at one another. However, the Mavic have been painted pink and you have damaged their ship.
Yes.
They're not thinking very clearly. So what's going to happen is they will perform an override task, which allows them to fire again, raises the difficulty to a 3. However, they are also going to reduce that difficulty because you are in an attack pattern, which makes it easier to hit you.
Right.
So they're at a difficulty of 2. But then I have 8 threat. So what I'm actually going to do is I am going to spend 3 of it to say they are going to fire a salvo of torpedoes at you.
Oh, nasty.
That's not gonna do much.
Well, you'd be surprised, because these torpedoes might have piercing.
It's a blade of armor generator. It can take Borg.
We'll find out. So here's the thing. The overall difficulty is a 3 on this. And I had to spend threat in order to even fire torpedoes. So I could just be whiffing at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think here, because they are rolling. I'll give them 2 threat. I will spend 3 threat to give them 2 additional dice.
Wow.
Look at all that threat gone.
Yep.
Okay, that's not a good roll, but let's expand that out. Let's
not
expand
a good
it
roll.
out. Okay, well,
I see a 1.
They got
maybe
a
3.
total of 4 successes,
4,
which
okay.
means I am going to get a point of threat back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a reminder, if you salvo a torpedo, it adds 1 to the damage, in addition to providing the spread effect, which I am quickly reminding myself of what spread does in 2nd edition. But long story short, it's not going to be pleasant, because they actually have piercing on their torpedoes, which unfortunately ignores all resistance. Yep. So let me quickly find. Where is my table? Here it is. So, okay, they changed spread. It's no longer automatic. You have to actually spend threat to do it. Which I'll do it. I think a threat spend here is appropriate.
Hey, I'm liking how low the threat is on that.
3 blue torpedoes, not unlike your quantum torpedoes, fly out from the vessel you painted pink and slam into the Wolf-Rayet. Now, Mitz, since you're flying, I need you to roll me 1d20. And the way you're going to do that is just in Foundry chat, just do /roll space 1d20.
1d20.
Okay, I believe that's structure, but let me verify. Yes, that is indeed structure. So what that's going to mean is the torpedoes are going to do a whopping 6 damage to your shields, as a breach in your structure on the starboard side of your saucer section opens up.
It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother
Initiate
me. It bothers me a
emergency
lot.
shielding in that area there.
Mm-hmm. Now, emergency bulkheads, emergency shielding does come into play, but there is
Is it just one breach?
It is. Well, that's the thing, is that in 2nd edition, breaches are handled differently.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to sort of counterplay that a bit.
Okay.
Give me a second. I've got precautions as a talent.
Let's put it in chat. Once per ally, prevent that injury or breach. Yeah, tell me about your precaution then.
So I'm reinforcing the integrity, spectral integrity field.
Okay.
I like it.
By putting it all around in that area.
Okay. In that case, you're still going to take the 6 damage to your shields, but there is no actual breach.
No breach.
Mm-hmm. So, slightly rewind. It does slam into the saucer section and does kind of tilt you for a little bit, but there is no actual hull or hole in your hull. But it is now the player's turn again.
Yeah.
Blade of armor
Am I doing more painting?
You could. Well, that's the thing, is you could do more painting. It would be at an increased difficulty.
What are other options?
Well, that's the interesting thing, because as a captain, you can do the direct action, and that would then mean that Keshin could open fire again with you assisting a control command, but it would cost 1 momentum to do it.
And then could I do the same thing again after, because I'm also a captain?
Technically, yes.
Wow. Ready time.
Actually, slight modification to that, because I've just been reminded of this. No, so you only get 1 direct action because you don't have a command rating of 4 on the Wolf-Rayet. Yeah, if you had a command rating of 4, I would have said that, yeah, you could do it again. But it explicitly says on page 301 that you can only do it if you have a command rating of 4+. So.
Okay, cool. So we can just get one firing off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should fire at the second ship now.
Being
Okay.
a little on the age. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
A little less power this time. We don't want to cut into them. We just want to, leave a little art.
empty. Got it.
Okay. In that case, Keshin, you are rolling a... Oh, wow, there's a lot of assists on this one. Wow, okay. So you're again rolling a control security, difficulty of 3. The ship is assisting with a weapon security. Mitz is assisting with a control con. Cannon is assisting with a control command.
Right. So I'm not going to buy any extra dice.
But I have 2 threat. I have 2 threat. Everybody's complication range is now an 18 to 20.
Okay. That's fine.
I'm liking where we're at with this.
I do have advisors, so we can re-roll one of your dice.
Good stuff.
Okay, we have 2 successes already.
Now for the ship.
And what was the complication range?
18 to 20.
Oh.
Okay, we've got our 3. Okay, we have 4. Can Mitz bring it home without a complication?
I hope so.
Or at least not
You
rolling a
can
combination twice.
indeed. 5
We win.
successes. You get 2 momentum back.
Good stuff, team.
Oh.
You should be at 4. Yeah,
That's
4
our
momentum.
teamwork.
Whoever's
Yes.
doing it. So yeah, what does it look like as Captain, as you give an impassionate speech, and as Mitz is flying, and as Keshin is shooting? You know what does it look and sound like?
Well, I'd say while Keshin's painting their newest piece of artwork, I would probably open up hailing frequencies to them again, with just showing the pictures that we painted on the back of both their ships.
I'm discovering my artistic side.
And I think Tyen has followed you onto the bridge and is like, oh, well, that is an interesting technique. And is like giving you like little pointers, like, oh, a little bit more to the left. Oh, no, a little bit more. Perfect, right there.
Wow. Okay.
And
Subsequently, we have invented a new style of painting.
Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing.
Most expensive paintbrush of all time.
Yep. So you have painted the Mavic ships pink. You have a replica of the painting that Tyen came aboard with on their ships.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to take Tyen's suggestion of transmitting that image to his people?
Oh, no, we're going to do more than that. We're going to transmit that in a full open subspace channel for everyone.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Very distinctly, we are going to uplink into my satellite and make sure that everybody in the entire Andromeda galaxy is aware.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Except
Public
for
shaming.
Starfleet ships.
Public shaming.
They're just gonna see a pink flower and not know the context of it.
Yeah, everybody's just gonna see a pink ship. Okay. Wow. I'm just debating who to make roll for this. Well, Meridian, I think you're the closest we have to a comms officer in this instance. Unless you want Reed to roll it. Reed could do
God,
the
no.
roll.
Well, if Reed does it, it's an auto success. We know Reed.
No,
But I'll do it.
Okay. So Meridian, you are rolling a daring.
Beautiful.
God, what would this be? A daring and daring security.
Daring security. Okay.
The Wolf-Rayet will assist you with a communications and command.
Can I interest you in subspace mechanics?
Sure, because you're communicating with your satellite.
Yep.
Here's the thing.
And, yep.
If you don't want to get in major trouble with Starfleet, this is a difficulty of 5.
Whoa.
It's fine. It's fine.
We got 4 momentum.
Because you see, I have my determination.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Now it's the value is the question.
Okay, could I assist if I work on basically single out the specific panels for Starfleet?
You can, but as a reminder, the second assist would cost 1 momentum to do it.
Right. I think it's worth it there personally, but
I
I'd do it.
attest. Make it work, make it right, and make it fast. You can only have 2. I'm gonna make it work, and I'm gonna make it right.
Okay. Sure, why not? That'll start you with 2 free successes.
All right, and then somebody wanted to roll to assist.
yeah.
Right.
So what would be my assist roll?
Your assist roll would be a daring security for your assist.
Daring security. All right.
And then I'm starting with 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
And
guessing I have
then-
a focus that applies.
You do.
That's what I thought.
And then
No, we're just waiting for Meridian's roll.
the 3 momentum would take me up to 4, right?
So 4 dice. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I say we go up to 4, go big, go home.
Okay. One of those rare instances where it's 0 meta currency across the board.
Exactly. All right.
Let her rip.
Go ahead, court-martial me. You can't catch this ship.
Well, there's already 5 successes. That's 7
Wow.
successes.
We're
Wolf-Rayet still
not
needs
getting
to
in
do.
trouble with Admiralty.
Yeah,
What are they
working
gonna
on
do?
it.
Catch a phase cloak ship?
Oh my God.
What are they gonna do?
8
What are they
Full
gonna
house.
do?
Full house, man. Woof.
8 successes.
Wow.
So I just want to paint a
And
pretty picture for
is-
everybody.
That
I
is
guess
the
this-
4th time
I
I've
guess
used
if I
that
recall.
value.
So everybody in the Andromeda Galaxy gets the message you send out. Everybody. I mean everybody. And I just want to paint a picture where on the Mavic homeworld, you know, the Mavic are going about their troubled lives, full of oppression and society, you know, upheaval, the whole 9 yards. And I'd like you all to imagine something like a Times Square, where there's just those big old TVs that are just displaying all sorts of advertisements for various products.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, those displays now show a very scandalous vision of the 2 Mavic ships with Tyen's painting on their hulls.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I just want you all to think for a moment, what would that do in a society that I've created in this instance? What do you think would happen in such an instance? Just you know, guesses from the peanut gallery. What does everybody think's going to happen as a result of this literally appearing on every Mavic screen?
I think
Rage.
it goes something to the effect of, it doesn't bother me, it doesn't bother me, it bothers me a lot, and that one's still pink!
Mm-hmm.
Outrage.
Outrage.
Some fainting. Some people
fainting.
fainting.
Mm-hmm. So
Discuss.
let's just say that, yeah, I think Chad actually covered it well. Mass panic and a lot of children get their eyes hastily covered is what happens.
Yeah, good point.
But as relevant to your immediate circumstances that you are actually aware of, the 2 Mavic ships under the control of the Adjunct are absolutely livid to the point that they are going to do something so stupid, but otherwise is something that is in their wheelhouse to do. And what I mean by that is that the Adjunct ship is going to attempt to ram into you.
No.
Whoa.
It's gonna try and ram this tiny ass ship!
Yep. So,
The most
Now, Meridian hasn't
Bitch.
had a chance to do a ship action yet. Could
well,
she
that's-
activate our phase cloak?
you would leave your holodeck behind.
we would
but you
leave the
could.
holodeck behind. But you know what? That just means we can get a new holodeck.
It still has a Faraday cage.
Yes, it does. And yes, I absolutely will.
Well, here's the
Activate
thing,
the-
real quick,
Mhm.
is that,
Oh, that
you
that
can't
means
retain
reserve
the
power.
initiative again. So you've already retained the initiative once, and that whole affair was Cannon's direct, so it would automatically go back to the enemy on this instance.
Right.
So they do get this attack off before you can phase cloak or do anything like that, unfortunately.
That's fair. Also, we would need to reserve power to initialize the phase cloak.
Right.
Yeah.
You also need reserve
Good idea.
power to go to proto warp, just as a point of order.
That is also a
Right.
point of order.
So here's what's
Also,
going to happen.
fun fact: the phase cloak is not even on our stats, but it's fine.
Yeah, I'll add it eventually. But here's what's going to happen. So a ram task is a daring con at a base difficulty of 2. They have overridden once already. So this is a second override. So this goes up to a difficulty... Oh no, this is a con task. So no, it's a difficulty of 3. And I'm just reading through here. Okay, so it is a difficulty of 3. They have that many dice. I don't have threat, so this is just going to be a straight roll.
Raise his hand.
Yeah, what's up?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but ramming does not deal piercing damage, right?
That's what I'm verifying real quick.
It's gonna bounce off us.
They're gonna bounce off of us and then explode into the nearest star. Also, as a point of order,
So I have some bad news, unfortunately.
it feels fucking piercing?
It has piercing and devastating.
That's concerning.
And it
I have
also
good
has the
news,
intense
though.
quality. I don't have threat to make use of the intense or the devastating, but it still has piercing.
I do have good news, though. As generally a point of order, I do possess a second perfect replica of the protostar.
This is true. So here's the thing. It's a flat roll. I will reveal that they need a 12 or lower on 3 dice. So it's possible, but not probable. I'm going to hit the button. That's a 24.
Oh, shit.
That's a 1, a 12, and 11. I get a threat back.
This'll be fine.
So the adjunct slams his vessel into the Wolf-Rayet. You immediately take the scale damage of his ship. So they are a scale 5. So you take 5 immediate damage. Which unfortunately does mean you are shaken. But you also deal collision damage back to them. So you do, the 2 ships collide, hull breaches everywhere, alarms going off, the whole 9 yards. But here's what happens. Because you are now below 50% shields, you are now considered to be shaken. Which means, Cannon, I need you to roll me a 1d20. And again, in Foundry chat, it is /roll space 1d20. A 19. Roll me again.
This one's for 2 breaches, I bet.
A 10. So...
I forgot to roll for veteran.
Yeah, roll that real quick. So here's what's going to happen is the result of the Wolf-Rayet being slammed into physically. All right, no veteran for Meridian. The result of the Wolf-Rayet being literally rammed is that you already don't have reserve power, but if you did, you would have lost it. However, the disruption to the power network of the Wolf-Rayet makes it so that in order to regain power, the difficulty is now increased by 1.
And don't we already have a hell of a difficulty to regain that anyway?
You do. It is already in a difficulty above that. So, in order to warp out of here, you're going to have to get power back and then get it to Mitt's turn again. But the good news is it is Meridian's turn. Or, because you haven't gone yet, so it is your turn, Meridian.
So our difficulty is 3 to regain and reserve power? I
believe it is 3. It is a 3, and it is a straight control engineering, no assists.
Control engineering. All right. So would I be able to attempt to regain a reserve power then?
You could.
Lovely. I think you'll have a hard time not agreeing with focus of power systems. Take a treat.
Okay, I'll take a treat.
Take me up to 3. And I kind of want to roll a 4 here. So that would be, 2 more threat, right?
2 more threat or 2 momentum.
What are we thinking? 1 each? You guys think
2
1 each
momentum.
sounds good?
They'll leave 1.
No, take 2 momentum.
All right, I'll eat 2 momentum.
Okay.
So this way I have my bold engineering. fucking hell, y'all.
Wow.
I think we need to just invent a new saying for Peter to say that instead of Peter when the dice fell, it's Wolf-Rayet when the dice fell. Jesus.
Oh,
So that is 7 successes. You only
That's-
needed 3, so you go up to 5 momentum. Yeah, Meridian, you get that power back very quickly.
Almost like I'm
Boom.
an engineer or something.
Yeah, something like
It's
that.
almost like I know the power. It's almost like I could build this ship from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Just a rumor. I insist it's just a rumor.
I insist I've done it.
So here's
Yep.
the
Alright.
thing.
You've done it by George.
Yeah?
It goes back to the enemy. The enemy does get another turn before we do a new round. The remaining
Alright.
enemy is going to attempt to open fire on you. No, they've done that already. Let's do something interesting. They are going to
They do
attempt
have-
to lock a tractor beam on you to prevent you from escaping.
Oh, you see, here's a fun thing
How
about
rude.
that. Yeah, I attest. We have, we can just polarize the hull plating, and that just breaks the tractor beam instantly.
Perhaps. That is something you could do, but it would require an action to do it.
It would.
Mm.
And
But-
that is assuming they can even lock the tractor beam on us to begin with.
That's the thing, is that this is another difficulty 3. It is a control security assisted by their structure security. So they are both rolling underneath a 13.
I do have one technical question before
Yeah, what's
you
up?
roll. Could we theoretically keep the momentum, fling it to Mitts? Is that possible?
No, unfortunately, because you'd be able to do it if it was a new round, but because this
okay.
is all the same round and you've already used your direct, Mitts can't go again, unfortunately.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Thank you.
No, thank you for asking. So here's the thing. I got to roll underneath a 13 on 3 dice. I'll give them 4 dice, and let's just see what happens. Let's expand out that 32. Oh, that's another 1.
Oh.
That is 3 successes. So
Mm.
you're now under a tractor beam as well.
I have
Actually, I'd
two
like to
very,
point
very
out that's
silly
4
ideas.
successes.
Oh yeah, that is 4 successes. So I actually get that threat back.
You get
so
one threat back.
you are now halfway in contact with one of the Mavic ship. The other Mavic ship is tractor beaming you. It now comes to a new round.
Yeah. Yes.
Team, I have a very fun technical idea.
I'm all ears.
We theoretically could just shed the ablative armor. Because they're locked onto the ablative armor, not us underneath it. We could just shed the ablative armor, back us out, and warp out.
Proto warp or regular warp?
Regular warp.
Either. Proto warp, probably, because that way we get to flare our pink third nacelle.
Well, that's the thing,
Uh-huh.
is that they are warp-capable vessels, and since they
Yeah.
are sovereign equivalent, they
I would like to
catch
proto
up
warp
at you unless you
because
proto.
they cannot.
Right.
And also, again, leaving with a pink flare.
Yeah, exactly.
And and a big just light show for the entire galaxy of someone proto warped somewhere.
Okay.
That's my thought process. Any objections to shed the ablative armor?
Well, didn't you say we just polarize the hull and break the tractor
We
beam up?
could, but I'm not entirely sure that the ablative armor is designed to let us extend the third nacelle.
You would have to get rid of the ablative before you could do the third nacelle, yeah.
That was my thought as to why we should just shed it to break the tractor beam.
And just as a point of order on the ablative armor, they can't like reverse engineer it if we shed it. It's just like giant sheets of metal.
It is giant sheets of
Yeah,
metal,
pretty
yes.
much, yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So I will say that you can just shed the ablative armor by turning it off and giving me 2 momentum to create that trait.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Me
Make
too.
it happen.
All right. Then it is the player's turn. So you are able to shed the armor. You are able to get free of the tractor beam. Are you proto-warping?
Yes.
I would say yes.
Okay.
Heard yes here.
Mitz, the most important roll you can make this session, perhaps.
Yeah.
Use it all, Mitz.
I'm noticing that all the important roles come back to me somehow.
Because it's fun.
I mean, I've made a couple important rolls too, but you're not necessarily wrong. Once we were out, I am indeed falsifying all records of this happening.
What records?
Yeah, what
exactly.
Records? Yeah.
I am literally ejecting the memories onto a disk, and we're going to fling it into the nearest black hole.
Mitz.
For posterity.
This is a control and con. The Wolf-Rayet is assisting you with an engine's engineering.
This is engineering.
It's pretty good.
If you succeed, you are out of here. If you do not succeed or you roll a complication, the Maavig are going to get perhaps 1 or 2 additional shots on you. And this will require reserve power. So if you fail, you'd have to get reserve power again to get out of here.
Right.
So no pressure.
So do everything.
No pressure.
Give him everything.
Now the good news is you do have determination, so you could, tap a value and start with 2 free successes.
Indeed.
Advise it.
I will do that.
Okay, which
I will
value?
do that. The only failure is not trying.
Okay, I like it. Yeah. And as a reminder, you have bold con, so if you give me at least 1 treat, you can re-roll 1 die.
Probably a good idea.
I will give you 1 treat. I will give you 1 treat.
Okay, so you're rolling 3d20 at the moment.
Take that
You
momentum.
want to take a couple of momentum too?
I'll take the momentum. How many should I take?
Well, if you want to roll 4 dice, it would be 2 momentum. If you want to roll 5 dice, it would be all the momentum and 2 additional threat.
I'll take the 4 dice.
Okay. Three successes, so we're already in the green. I just need to see an engine's con. Okay. 4 successes. That is 2 more than you need. So I just want to paint a picture here. The Maavig have been doing their damnedest to ram into you, to lock on a tractor beam. Everybody's yelling. Everybody's screaming. Some people are in the corner crying because there's the color pink on their ship. And then all of a sudden, the Wolf-Rayet sheds all of its ablative armor. And the third nacelle extends out to reveal a pink nacelle. And then literally goes like a bat out of hell and just leaves, leaving a very pink after trail behind them. So the Maavig are very upset.
Giggling uncontrollably.
The Maavig are pretty much screaming and crying and pissing themselves, to put it lightly. Taiyen, on the other hand, is just so moved that he just says, that might be the greatest work of art that the Maavig people have ever created. And after about, 4 or 5 minutes at proto-warp speeds, you eventually have to stop because proto-warp only lasts for a few minutes. But you are so far away from Maavig space that you can lick your wounds, as it were.
Yeah. And I'll turn over to Mitz and I'll say, what am I, chopped liver? I'm the one who painted the ships.
Oh, yes, of course. You get all the credit, Mr. Keshin, but...
Oh, thank you.
But to see my work of art displayed so prominently and broadcasted to the entire consortium, I could not have asked for a better outcome to this.
Actually, let's correct that. The whole galaxy.
And I think he looks at you, stunned, and just sort of blinks a few times, and he says, I'm sorry, did you say the whole galaxy?
Meridian
Yes, sir.
smiles and goes, yeah. I built a really cool satellite. Oh, also, isn't it so weird that proto-jump, for some reason, something with the fact that the drive was pink, has corrupted the logs of the entire day?
Wow, that's
As she
terrible.
corrupts the logs.
Yes, that would happen.
That is awful. I'm gonna put that in my log.
Weird. Also, it seems that the data logging of the bridge is also down. I guess I'll have to fix that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Pulls out an isolinear chip, snaps it in half. Yeah, it's just gone.
Oh dear, someone should clean that up. Get Ensign Reed.
I've been here the entire time. I was just waiting for a chance to chip in.
Oh, there you go.
See, we're teaching you the right way.
Well, captains, madams, sirs, others, I will take whatever planet you want to put me on. I think I have quite literally become the terrorist they made me out to be. Because there's no way the Mavic are going to be able to ignore what has just happened.
Well, it's go big or go home, and you can't go home, so.
Exactly.
And I think we have the whimsical Star Trek, up flute kind of a thing, as we see an external shot of the Wolf-Rayet. And then we very quickly just do a brief cut to the Mavic homeworld where things are on fire. There's rioting in the streets. There's mass social upheaval and just images of pink on banners and poster board and people shouting. And you get the idea. But that is where we will end today's session. So yeah, little bit on the nose with the social commentary today, but it's Star Trek. That's what Star Trek does.
Absolutely.
Yup.
Yeah, we noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I noticed for sure.
Yes.
But that went very well.
I think it was very good timing, very appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
That was amazing teamwork. Like, congrats. Like, good on you guys. Like,
Yeah.
We
And
all
so
did
there's
great
a
there.
Can we
roll.
crack out the Romulan ale after that one?
Oh yeah, the rolls on my god.
Hell
The rolls
yeah.
were amazing tonight.
Yeah.
I am literally tempted to crack open my actual Romulan ale that I possess.
I mean,
And the complications were actually even added more flavor to the story. So.
Yes.
they did, yeah.
for real.
Textbook
Or Ensign
example of
Reed.
complications aren't bad.
Oh,
Hey, we got our
Ensign
first
Reed
chance
a
at Starship
field
Combat,
promotion?
too.
yeah, you got your first taste of second edition Starship Combat, which I'm still on the fence about it. Like, I still think handling it in the narrative is the better way to go, but it is still having the same sort of... There's incentives not to just sit there and shoot, and there's incentives to do things like tractor beaming and ramming, but I don't know. I think there still needs to be a little bit more tweaking so that it isn't just fly and shoot, because there's just not enough for other things to... Like, obviously, Meridian still did the very important power regeneration, which got you reserve power back, which lets you proto-warp. But there still needs to be something more there for engineers to do in combat, in my opinion. But maybe I'll read the rules a little bit again and figure out I missed something. But like I said, I'm very happy with today's session.
Me too.
Indeed.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and technically, I didn't shoot the weapons.
Yeah, you just shot painting phasers, which
I just saw paint. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna suggest
Listen.
torpedoes much early on, but I already knew that was gonna be shut down immediately.
Can we all appreciate that Mitz's solution is finally the one that everybody decides to go with, which is just, why don't we just choose violence?
Hey,
And it worked.
we tried peace at first.
We did.
Didn't work.
Yeah.
Listen, and
Gotta
if
push us in
at
a corner
any
there.
point,
You try to
and
compromise.
if anybody ever questions us about this, we were simply performing a weapons training exercise, and they put their ships in the way.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. Very true.
I'm sure no admiral will ever launch an inquiry into this exact moment, but that's a problem for future you.
But
Well,
like I
it's-
said,
Trust.
no
I'm
phasers
gonna
were fired.
seduce that.
And
No
you know what
shots were
else?
fired.
Yeah, no shots were fired. The logs were corrupted by the proto jump because the drive was pink.
Corrupt.
And,
Oh,
um,
I forgot to tell you why it was pink.
Yeah,
is
why
it
was it
pink?
pink?
Somebody
Something about
put
the
a
wavelength?
thing of lithium chloride in it.
God damn it.
That was it.
Cleaning crew
Must
messed it up.
Must be that gnome.
Yeah. So, a science joke for anybody who doesn't
Also-
know: if you put lithium chloride in a fire, it turns pink. So,
Yeah.
That's pink, yeah.
Also, as a point of order,
Not good for your health,
the-
though, by the way.
the logs of my satellite also, for some reason, don't show those transmissions occurring.
okay. It has been
because
noted.
it's my satellite, and I just have a back door to just boop, boop, boop.
Okay. Again, no inquiries will ever be launched.
Nope.
All right. Well, Twitch, stick around because we're going to raid somebody. But YouTube, we'll see you later. Bye-bye, YouTube.